welcome to today's video. My name is Nikki Sunshine with Paravita Yoga. We post new yoga videos every week, usually 2 times a week, so make sure to subscribe to stay connected with all of our videos and all of our content. Today, we are going to be doing a high energy strength and balance building class. So for today's class, I am setting an intention for us. I am manifesting this from me to you across your computer screen. Today we are manifesting love and acceptance. We live in this big, crazy world, and we have all different kinds of people. We have all different kinds of beliefs, and it's really exhausting to be constantly combative with people that have different beliefs, even if those beliefs to us might seem, mean or inhumane or whatever it may be. It is so much more healing for us, for our hearts, and for our souls to just be kind and accepting to all. And maybe if we're lucky, we can shed some light and maybe even maybe get people to see from our point of view, whatever that may be. So today's class is really going to be cultivating some healing energy for us mentally, spiritually, and heck, this stress resonates in our body physically too. So we're really going to be focusing on that today, and hopefully by the end of this class, me and you, all of us, we will be feeling restored and rejuvenated, and we'll get that energy back in our lives. We'll get that spark back in our lives. And I'm going to pair that with humor too, healing with humor. Sometimes all you can do is laugh, and it's so important. So important to be happy. It's so important to release that stress, to laugh, to be happy, to have fun. So important. It keeps us healthy. It keeps us sane. So without further ado, you can go down in the description box, pick out your playlist. Maybe you have your own playlist. Maybe you don't want to listen to music throughout this class, whatever you want to do. So take this time, get your music started, pause the video, find a nice, comfy seat on your yoga mat or blanket. And we're going to start to sink into this space, just taking some nice deep breaths. Circulating that air throughout our lungs, throughout our body. The bottoms of our hips are pressing deeply into the mat. I just wanted to make sure we're recording. Feeling those hips pressing deep down, imagining roots sinking out of the bottoms of your hips, sinking through the floor, sinking through the grass, through the ground, deep into the earth's surface. Connecting yourself with that earthly energy. Connecting yourself with that strength, power, that warm, lovely energy. That energy is rising up the roots, coming in through our hips, through our core, all the way through our body, into our head, out of the crown of our head, shining bright. Now I want us to imagine a bright, shining, healing, divine light coming down from the sky like a laser beam, coming all the way down into the crown of our head, through our neck, through our body, through our core, into our hips, down our legs and our arms. This earthly energy and this divine energy, they're meeting up within us, creating this bright healing light of strength and power, of love and acceptance, welcoming that energy throughout your mind, throughout your body, throughout your spirit. Meditate here on that energy. All right, let's take a few more deep breaths. In and out. As you exhale out, feeling the physical tension within your body releasing. Few more deep, deep breaths. Releasing that tension, releasing that stress. Creating some more space for peace and love within ourselves and for others. All right, let's start warming up the neck, taking your hands to the back of your neck, just gentle circles, getting out some of the knots. Into the shoulders. I just do little circles. I've said this before, I'm not a massage therapist. You probably aren't either. I don't know, maybe you are. But, you know, no need for a Swedish deep tissue. Just loosen those muscles up a little bit. All right, dropping the arms down. Let's circle those shoulders backwards. In the beginning here, during our warm-up, it's nice to take nice deep breaths, getting that oxygen flowing all throughout the body. All right, circling the torso. Don't be shy, sinking into those circles. Breathing with the movement. And reversing direction. All right, let's take a deep breath in, circling our arms up above our head. Palms touching the center. Let's exhale those hands down through the middle. Pausing at our heart center, pressing our thumbs into the center of our chest. Let's take a few more deep breaths here. All right, coming onto our hands and knees. Gonna do some cat-cow pose. First, let's swing those hips side to side. Start to loosen up our hip sockets. You can kind of swing one leg out and then maybe the other. Just getting those hips nice and stretched out. Hip wiggle, wiggle, wiggle back and forth. All right, so let's come into this tabletop pose. So our hips are going to be directly above our knees, shoulders directly above our wrists. Let's take a deep breath in. As we take that deep breath in, we're going to be rounding our back, circling our spine up. Our gaze is going inwards towards our belly. And as we exhale, we're going to be pressing the belly down, arching the back, caving our spine in. Our chin is lifting slightly up. Taking a deep breath in, rounding up into cat pose. Gaze is looking inwards. Exhaling, pressing down, sinking down into that cow pose. Lifting that chin up. Taking a deep breath in, rounding up into cat. Exhaling, pressing down into cow. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. All right. We're going to be popping up into a standing position. Let's warm our feet up a little bit, switching back and forth. Warming up the bottoms of our feet, warming up the tops of our feet, warming up our ankles. You can do some circles here. All right, let's turn horizontally on our mat. Vertically. Let's turn vertically on our mat, not horizontally. So we're going to be standing with our feet hip width apart, toes spreading out, pressing into the mat. Let's take our hands into heart center, prayer at the heart center. Our thumbs are pressing into the center of our chest. Taking a few deep breaths. Remember, feet hip width apart. Now extending our arms straight in front of us, bending the knees. We're sinking into our chair pose. So here in our chair pose, we're going to want that back to be nice and straight. Tailbone tucking under a little bit. Arms are strong and powerful, shooting out in front of us. Energy shooting out of the tips of our fingers. This is a nice, strong, active holding pose. So you want to keep that energy up in the body. You know, all of our muscles are engaged, core is flexed, energy running through our bodies. So as we inhale, we're just going to be stretching our legs straight, lifting our chest up, hands coming back into prayer at the heart center. Deep breath in. As we exhale, sinking back down into that chair pose. Again, just taking a quick look, making sure your form's good, making sure you feel good. Inhaling, lifting back up into that standing position with prayer hands. Exhaling, sinking back down into that squat. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, sinking, pressing down. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, pressing down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, pressing down. Lifting up. And pressing down. Let's hold this pose here. You can come up to your toes if you'd like. That's pretty challenging, so you can stay with your feet flat on the ground, but if you want a little bit more of a challenge, feel free to roll onto the balls of the feet. If you do that, just try to make sure that your form is still good, that you still got strength and energy shooting through those arms, that your tailbone is tucking under and your back is straight as possible, your chest is still lifted. Nice deep breaths, keeping that breath circulating through the lungs, circulating through the body. Almost there, keep holding. Okay, take one last deep breath in. And as we exhale, releasing from the pose, let's shake our arms out, shake our legs out, get that tension out of our body. We're going to step our feet out wide. Now we're facing horizontally on the mat. Step our feet out nice and wide. Our feet are turned out. Let's sink down into the center pose. Tailbone is tucking under. Try to keep the knees right above the ankles here. Maybe come higher up. Maybe lower down. Maybe put the feet in more. Maybe put them out more. Find your comfortable spot here. Okay, let's stretch those legs straight, toes pointing forwards now, releasing forward over our legs, grabbing each elbow with the opposite hand, swinging side to side. If Feeling some of that tension releasing from the back, tension dripping down our spine. Feeling everything relax and release. All right, let's bend those knees once again. Slowly rolling back up into a standing position. Deep breath in, circling our arms up all the way above the head, palms touch. Exhaling down through the center, pausing at the heart. Just taking a few nice deep breaths. All right, so from here, we're going to be keeping our right toes pointed forwards, right? And on our left leg, our toes are going to be pointing towards the front of our mat, or the back of our mat, depending on how we look at it. But I'm going to call this the front. Okay, step out as far as feels comfortable for you. Can be close, can be far, wherever you are. Just make sure you're comfortable and that you feel sturdy in the placement of your feet. So we're going to be bending that front leg, the front left leg, knee directly above our ankle. You're going to make sure that our heel is aligned with the center of our arch of the back foot. Okay, let's open our arms out. Our gaze is going over the hand of our left leg, over the left hand. So let's hold this here for a few breaths. We're going to be lifting the right arm up above our head, coming over that front leg. I'm just dropping my left arm down to my thigh. Let's look up at that right hand. Getting a nice stretch in the side body. All right, deep breath in, lifting up and down. Now we're going to be lifting that left arm up, above our head, over the back leg. My hand is sliding down my thigh. Chest is open. Let's look up towards that front. Let's look up towards that left hand. All right, lifting up and out. All right, now with our left leg, we're going to be stretching our legs straight, turning our toes in. Arms come up above our head. Relaxing the shoulders, we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Keeping that energy up in the arms, energy shooting out of the tips of our fingers through the ceiling up towards the sky. All right, let's turn the right toes out, pointing towards the front of our mat or the back, depending on how you look at it. Bending that front leg, opening up our arms. Take a few deep breaths here. Keeping these static poses where we stay still is an excellent way to build strength and balance. Just staying still. All right, so we're going to be lifting that left arm up above our head. Right arm goes down to the thigh, looking up towards that left hand. Nice stretch in the side body, keeping our chest open. Inhaling, lifting up and out, back into our center warrior two pose. Gaze goes over the right hand. Deep breath in, lifting that right arm up and over our head. Left hand slides down the thigh. Looking up towards that hand. Okay, lifting up and out. Again, with our right leg, we're going to be swiveling those toes pointing forwards, stretching that leg straight. Arms come straight up above the head. Hold this here for a few moments. All right, let's wiggle our way back in. Do a little wiggle, don't be shy. Do a little wiggle dance. All right, so now's a good time to grab a sip of water or tea. In yoga class, you never need permission to grab a sip of water, especially probably not while you're in your home. But I know a lot of people in class kind of wait until they get that cue. I'm a water girl, so I'm always thirsty. So whenever I do anything, especially any sort of physical movement and exercise, I'm always drinking water. Don't gotta tell me twice. Okay. Now I'm getting distracted. Yes, we wiggled in. Okay. So our feet are hip width apart. Feet are planted into the mat, toes spread out. Now we're gonna visualize roots sinking out of the bottoms of our feet, through the floor, through the ground, sinking deep, deep, deep into the earth's crust, into the earth's surface. So let's welcome some of that earthly energy, welcoming that warmth and that love. Feeling the caring nature of Mother Earth. She provides so much for us. Feeling that warmth and that love inside you, inside your heart. All right, we're gonna go into temple pose. This one's a little tricky. It's nice to try new things. So to get into temple pose, you're gonna lift your left leg up, right? So rip your roots out, unroot your foot. Don't worry, we'll plant you later. Don't be sad about it. Kind of find your balance here. Contest that balance. Lifting up and down. Right? So first, let's start with the tree pose. So we're going to take the bottom of our foot into our ankle. Whenever you're ready, sliding that foot up your leg. Slowly finding any point in your visual fields that will not move. Focus on that point. That's going to help you keep your balance. So if you're comfortable here, stay here. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can lift that foot off of your thigh, grab that foot with the left hand, maybe stretch it out straight. Woohoo! This takes like balance and flexibility though, so it's definitely you have to build up to it. But definitely practice. I mean, it's good to try things and fall. That's the best way to learn. All right, so let's slide our left foot back down our leg. Reroot that foot, planting our foot in. Roots sinking down. They're still healthy. All good. Let's lift the right foot up, testing that balance. Right, once you got it, you can press the bottom of your foot into the ankle. Slide that foot up your leg whenever you're ready. Slow and steady wins the race. Again, finding that point in your visual field to focus on that won't move. I'm looking at this tree that is in my front yard. I'm looking past the window at this big tree. So that's what I'm looking at. Okay. And again, if you want more of a challenge, you can see if first, just start with this. If this feels okay, you can see if you can grab your foot. Stretch it out straight. Try to keep that hip pressing down though, right? You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, woohoo! You want to be more like centered, hips squared. That way you'll have more balance and control. People like to do this, I think, because it makes you look more flexible, but flexibility doesn't really matter. If we're being honest. All right, let's fold that leg back into tree. Slide our foot down, reroot the feet. So now we're gonna go into temple pose. Temple pose is one of my favorites. Love it, love it, love it. I think I've shared it with you before, but I don't know, maybe you haven't watched that video, so. We love some balances, some standing balances. So, again, lift that left foot up. We're going to be crossing our, what is this, the calf? We're going to be crossing our calf across our thigh, like right above the knee. So, if you remember, if you've ever taken my class before, we do this one a lot. Same thing. Same placement of the legs. So, temple pose. So you can either start with that 4 shape and then press down into it, or you can do the placement and the bend, the sinking down all in one movement, like this. So the foot is nice and flexed. Again, finding any spot to focus on. And this one's trial and error. If you can't do it, just play around with it. It's okay to fall out of poses. And it's okay to not be able to do things. It brings us a lot of humility and a lot of, life is all about trial and error. It's okay to fail, it's okay to fall. Okay, let's try it with the other leg. I always try poses that I don't know, because that's how you learn how to do things. If you only do things that you're really good at and that you already know how to do, you're never going to progress and grow. So I'm a firm believer of falling out of poses. I do it all the time. Right, so find that spot. I wasn't focusing on my spot, so I'm about to fall out. Keeping the core tight, that's another tip to balance. And keep the roots of the supporting foot sinking deep. All right, awesome, guys. Woohoo! Okay. Okay, let's come back down to the mat, I think. I'm gonna scoot closer to you guys. Okay. Let's open up our legs nice and wide. Wiggle back and forth with my hips, working the bottoms of my hips, my sits bones into the mat. Just take a few deep breaths here. When in doubt, take a few deep breaths. All right, take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs up with that air, and as you release, you're going to be lowering forward into the center. Taking nice deep breaths here, that's going to help you loosen up your muscles. That's going to make the pose more comfortable. All right, let's lift up. We're going to be twisting towards the left leg, lowering forward over our leg, reaching towards our foot, tucking our chin inwards towards our chest. Okey smoky, lifting up. Now we're going to be twisting towards the opposite leg, towards our right leg. Lowering over the leg, reaching towards our toes, tucking our chin in. Lifting up, untwisting the back. We're going to shake our legs into the center. swing those legs out to the side. As we swing our legs out to the side, we're going to be swinging our chest. So swinging our chest towards the front of the mat, swinging our legs towards the back of the mat. Ready? You're basically just laying on your belly. That probably would have been a less confusing way to explain that, but it's okay. So we're going to stretch our arms out straight in front. We're going to do a Superman paddle. So we're lifting both arms and legs up off of the mat. We're going to pedal a little bit. If that hurts your hips, I know I have really bony hips. So you can take like an article of clothing or a pillow or something, put it there. If something's uncomfortable, always find a prop to make it more comfortable. Oftentimes a prop will just be like a couch pillow or something, or a rolled up sweater or a blanket. So always feel free to cushion yourself when need be. You know, we all have different bodies. Okay, so back into the Superman paddle. Let's lift up, see, so much more comfortable. So we're just going to be paddling. Superman paddling down the river. Just going back and forth. Again, deep breaths, circulating that through our body. Back and forth, back and forth. Just a little bit more, almost there. I won't torture you too much with the Superman. All right, deep breath in. Exhaling, releasing down. So take a moment here just to relax back into the mat. Relaxing our back muscles and our arms and our legs. So we're going to lift our chest up. We're coming into Sphinx pose here. Just resting on the forearms. Our chest and our heart is open and lifted. Our shoulders are relaxed here, not bunching up towards our ears. The fronts of our hips are pressing deep into the mat. Let's take our hands right under the shoulders. Lifting up into a full cobra. Again, chest is open, heart is lifted. Our shoulders are relaxed here. It's okay to bend your arms here too. You don't have to be stretching your arms all the way straight if that's uncomfortable. All right, bend the arms, lowering the chest back down. Now we're going to be lifting our hips up and backwards towards our feet. Relaxing our hips, resting into child's pose, stretching our arms straight out in front of us, pressing our forehead into the mat. Taking some nice deep breaths here, fully relaxing, fully letting go. All right, slowly lifting up, coming back into a seated position. We're going to be swinging our legs out in front of us. Well, we want to be scooted towards the end of the mat because we're going to be rolling backwards. Okay, so slowly rolling back onto the mat. Take a moment here, just wiggling back and forth, allowing everything to release into the mat. We don't want to be holding any tension in our shoulders or in our shoulder blades. The backs of our hips are pressing deeply into the mat. All right, we had a little foreshadowing earlier. We're going to be taking our right ankle across the left thigh, slightly below the knee, lifting our legs up. Give them a gentle pull in towards the body. And nice deep breaths, allowing your breath to relax you. Sending that breath all over your body, loosening your muscles. Okay, releasing the arms down, lowering the legs. Uncrossing our right leg, pressing the bottom of our foot into the mat. Taking our left ankle now over the right thigh. Lifting those legs up, giving them a gentle pull. Releasing our arms down, lowering the legs. Uncrossing our left leg. Slowly stretching our legs straight down to the mat. Taking some nice deep breaths here, fully allowing yourself to relax into the mat. With every breath you take, you are sinking deeper and deeper into meditation. Your mind is clearing more and more. You have so much space within your soul and your heart and your body for healing. Opening up ourselves to that healing energy. Feeling the divine light of love and healing shining down upon us. Cultivating love and acceptance within our hearts. Creating peace within our mind. Cultivating further understanding of others. And giving the same gift of love and compassion and understanding to ourselves as we do others. Taking a nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, your body is melting further into the mat. You're feeling heavier, you feel the weight of gravity against your body. You feel relaxed. You feel peaceful. Feeling that healing light shining down upon your body. Enjoying its warmth and grace. Continuing these next few moments in peaceful silence. Whenever you're ready, slowly turning on down to your side, keeping those eyes gently closed. And at your own pace, feeling absolutely no need to rush, rising up into a seated position, only when you feel ready. Still keeping those eyes closed. We want to keep this meditative space. Lokha, samasta, sukhi no, bhavantu. Lokha, samasta, sukhi no, bhavantu. Lokha, samasta, sukhi no, bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May we all have the ability to live in peace and harmony. May we all be granted the freedom to do what makes us happy. May we all be given the freedom to express ourselves and to be individuals. May we all be given the freedom to live our lives in a non-harming way that sparks joy within our heart and our soul. Namaste. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's always a pleasure for me to be able to share the gift of yoga with you. I hope I was able to fully send this energy that I was trying to manifest and cultivate for all of my viewers in this video. It's so different teaching on this YouTube platform than teaching in person. I feel like it's easier for us to share our energies, and I can see my students. They're right there in front of me, physical human beings. I can see them, and I can get their vibe, and I can see if I can tell if it was well received, and I can feel people's energies, and if they're happy and if they got the full benefit out of the class. So and this is kind of weird when you think about it, because I'm recording this video right now, right? But when you're watching it, it's going to be in the future, but this is going to be in the past. So that's also weird. So I just taught this class, but right now nobody's going to be, now we're rambling, but time and space is a funky thing. But yes, please subscribe if you would like to keep up to date on our videos. I post 2 videos every week. What was I saying? I don't know. Like, comment, subscribe. Share these videos with your friends. All right. Peace and love to you all. See you in the next video.